The engine is still stopped.
For launch. GC, go. Guidance, go. Fido, go. Prop, go. GNC, go. Max, go. Eagle, go. Ecom,
go. Pending final steps. The cabin link check.
3, 2, 1.
Welcome to the R.I.F.T Nation Network, the RNN, putting a slide in your glide and a dip in your hip. Welcome to the mothership, the home of the travelers of the universe. With shows throughout the week, you can find us at Instagram, Twitch, Facebook, YouTube, Spotify, and more. Everything you could want, everything you can need right here, right now. From the paranormal to the supernatural. From comedy to the spiritual. And now, your featured show. Shall we begin?
It's showtime, folks!
Podcast may contain material that some listeners may find sensitive, offensive, or disturbing. We strive to create respectful and informative content, but topics discussed may include mature themes such as violence, explicit language, or controversial subjects, triggering content including discussions related to mental health, trauma, or other sensitive issues, explicit language. Occasionally, our guests or hosts may use strong language. While we aim to handle these topics with care and empathy, we encourage listeners to exercise discretion. If you find any content distressing, consider skipping or seeking support. Remember that this podcast is not a substitute for professional advice. If you need assistance, please consult a qualified expert.
Whoa, okay, that's different.
Wow.
Why is that doing that? Good morning, everybody. Here we go.
The same thing happened to me last night on this show. I was like, "Oh crap, that's pretty close."
Yeah, and I don't understand why I did that, but okay, whatever.
It might be like the default setting or something because that's what happens to me. When we do the show.
That makes a lot of sense, dude. It really does. I didn't think about the default settings until now. I'm like, oh shit. Yeah. Oh, Here we are. How's everybody doing out there? If those who will and are joining us at the present time, how are you all? What's going on with you, Ryan? How's things in Richmond?
They're going pretty good. Hanging out. How was your weekend?
The weekend was definitely different. It has been flowing since the weekend. And when I mean, all right, let me rephrase that. When I say flowing, it's been an up and downhill roller coaster type thing, emotional and physical and just unusual. I know where you're going. Yeah, go ahead. I know where you're going and where he was going with this. I did go to EnigmaCon here in Virginia this weekend. I went down to Radford, Virginia, to where St. Albans mental asylum, sanitarium, not mental asylum, but they would put that there. held this event, and it's been a while since I've been down there. For those who are not into the paranormal or into history, St. Albans is one of the primary institutions of. Am I still there?
They're here.
Okay. Wow. It just came across as saying you have
Yeah.
lost connection. Oh, okay. All right. Whatever.
Oh, you're still here.
Okay. Yay. For now.
Yeah. We'll see what happens.
Right. So yeah, it's one of the premier mental locations of Virginia. Been here for a while. It was more on the upper class style of your uh, mental health facilities. Oh, that was well put.
Very good. Very good description.
Yeah.
Trying to figure out how to sign back into my YouTube here. For some reason, it's signed me out.
Oh God. See that's what
Yeah.
I'm talking about. The periodic weird things that have been happening. I don't get it. I'm kind of lost. I mean, good things and bad things all at once. So yeah, some of the things from my past actually popped up too, and I'm going, whoa, this is crazy. 32 years ago. And here we are. I found out yesterday that our alumni weekend at Hargrave Military Academy is this weekend. So I'm going, oh wow.
Wow. You going?
Whoa, I'm feeling old. Look, another wrinkle. But it's okay. The girls are going and doing their dress shopping on Saturday for the wedding dress and stuff like that. So I'm like,
That's exciting.
yeah. So I'm like, I think I'm going to travel on over to Chatham. It's only an hour away. I think so. And you know what that means, Ryan? Give me some golden skillet.
Oh. I was jealous before. Now I'm really jealous.
I'm going to tell you what. All right. So look, y'all's coleslaw is so much better than it is at that one. I will say, I hate to say it, they make it fresh and it's a country coleslaw, but I don't care for it. It's still not golden skillet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Chatham, get the chicken, come back, drop by Popeyes and pick up the coleslaw. Then I'm going to come home and make mashed potatoes. It's going to be a big dinner for everybody. Sound like, yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
That sounds like a good weekend.
Yeah, Saturday and Sunday, I don't think we're going to do anything. So we might go to the Transportation Museum. That's what she's talking about. So we'll see. Nothing paranormal on the list yet. Nope, nothing like that at all.
Well, it's going to be raining here all weekend, and Angie's
really?
She's going to Camp Hanover for, to do some work out there for them being a nurse. So I don't know. I might be just working, delivering stuff for Walmart.
I feel
if RJ doesn't stay with me.
I get you.
So this weekend was pretty slow over here.
Well, did y'all have any groups come in this weekend or?
We had I met up with a team on Friday at the cabin, because Dennis was at Enigma Con, so I met up with them and let him in the house and stuff. But I don't know about like Saturday.
Okay.
I mean, anyone came in or not, but it's staying steady. Hopefully, it'll increase.
Right.
And he's got some big plans for the location.
There you go.
For sure. And we got Cabin Con coming up in about a little less than a month now. We've got to get ready for that. So we're staying busy. That's all you can do. I know we're doing a little bit of the busyness here too. Got a few things we're trying to sew together. A couple of new members here in Roanoke.
So there'll be training going on here very soon.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what's going on as far as the Richmond based group.
Yeah.
I
Very dormant.
don't know.
Very dormant.
Yeah. I mean, it's like kind of at a standstill.
Yeah, I think it needs a little motivational speaking, a little greasing up the gears. That's all. And folks, sorry, this is our social opening up things. We don't get to hang out like we used to. So,
Yeah.
but we know you're here for the show. You're here for this. But you also know it's a hangout session, guys. You know this. You can pop in, ask any questions, join in, chat, acknowledge, saying, "Oh, and there you go. Thank you."
Good morning, Linda.
Good morning, Linda. How are you?
They decided to do all the yard work outside, like right now. So there's a lot of leaf blowing and lawn mowing going on right outside my door here. So that's exciting.
It's enough to drive you crazy.
It is. It's so rude. Like, why can't you just wait a second?
Yeah, man. Step
That's all
away.
I'm
Go to
doing.
the other one. Yeah, come back. Oh, well, thank you, Miss Linda. Good morning, Michelle. Oh, lovely ladies in the house, the ladies of the travelers. Yes. So we've got very little news for y'all. And it's because it's very little news out there right now. It's all right. Let me rephrase that. It's news out there, but it's the same old recycled news that continues to go on. Now, with that being said, Ryan and I did talk, and there is a reason he's in the one position right now. We discussed a situation. Whoa, she's eating. We discussed a situation that occurred with us within 10 years ago. Hey, Allison, how are you?
Allison.
Good to see you, love. We ran into a situation a while back, and it's come to reoccur because all these new theories, new ideas, etc., etc. Uh-oh. Why did she go dark?
Oh,
there. Okay. I was like, Allison. All right. Anyway.
I noticed that last night. If I click on the comment, it for some reason it went dark. I just thought it was because I clicked on it.
I wonder if that's a new thing. I've never seen it before, so maybe that would help in our
comments.
Well,
and then I push hide the comment, but then I click back on it again. It shows back. I don't know. Restream has done some updates, so maybe as part of the update.
And now we toggle between her, and now it goes hide show.
So, as long as we know she's good, that's all that matters.
Okay, well, hopefully we're not that's intriguing. Okay, I'm not touching anything right now. All right, so look at us. We're like the old men in the rocking chair. All right.
Back in my day, when I clicked on a number, a name, it didn't disappear like that.
I got my damn teeth. We're gonna figure it out. So I gotta do a little bit here. Today, this show is brought to you by Rise Mushroom Coffee for your gut and eyes. Great stuff. Check it out. I've switched off coffee, man. I don't even drink coffee anymore. They say it's a coffee, but it's more like a hot chocolate.
And I'm wondering if I'm talking to Howie or if I'm talking to his doppelganger. what had happened to Howie? Because Howie without coffee, that's just not you.
Can't happen.
Oh man! So what does mushroom coffee taste like?
It tastes like hot chocolate. Yeah, it's not bad. There's 4 different flavors. Sorry, y'all. We're just going to get there. 4 different flavors. This one's vanilla. And I'm telling you, maybe hot chocolate mixed with Folgers, instant coffee.
Like a mocha deal?
Yeah, kinda. Yeah. So, but it gives you. I feel like it gives me more energy. And I was hoping to work on the gut with this. I haven't seen the results with the gut, but I definitely feel more energy. So, is it worth it?
You were so run down and listless. Like every time I talk to you, you don't have energy at all.
No.
You're always you're always like bouncing off the walls.
Yeah.
Now it's even more bouncing off the walls.
Yeah. The coffee was definitely. And
Is it
now
expensive?
it can be. It's $66 every month if you continue that for 3 bags, and you really don't need to do it. You can buy as you want. So don't do a plan like that, you guys, especially if you don't drink a lot of coffee. But if you do plan to use it, just get you, a bag or two. You can go to ryze.com. That's RYZE.com. Get you a bag, try it out. It can't hurt. No coffee.
Yeah, Michelle's right there. Yeah.
Well, Michelle, true. Very true. But, it's like we said at the beginning, bring your coffee, bring your tea, whatever your beverage might be, come hang out with us and talk.
I will say you made the best coffee. Like whenever that was the best coffee I've ever had.
When we first started doing the show.
Yeah, doing the show or looking at evidence at your house back in the day.
Hello.
Yeah.
It's just because I like it deep and rich. I don't like that low power stuff, and it's specific. You need that power, that kick in the butt. But this stuff works, man. I'm telling you, it works. So
as long as we're talking about which coffee or not coffee we're drinking, I am drinking Great Value brand French roast coffee.
Hey, you know what? That stuff's not bad.
No, it's not.
It's not bad at all.
Gotta be dark roast. I tried medium roast. It tastes like water.
Yeah.
And light roast, don't even bother. It is basically brown water. But,
gotcha.
French roast, good stuff.
All right. We gotta start talking. We know, guys, we're sorry. It's just again a catch-up thing. A catch-up. Here. All right. That was bad. So we do have some news, but it's very little. I will make a comment. It makes me wonder if Project Bluebeam is in effect. Right? Because how suddenly all of this ufology is exploding. Allison, if you're still here, you know what I'm talking about. This explosion, even with Artemis 2, if this was real. They supposedly saw flying objects and UFOs all around the capsule, if you will. And I'm like, wow, this is getting really interesting. Michelle, I have an espresso machine. Face drinking coffee. Oh, yes. So it is making me wonder. Now, on Sunday night, we're going to talk about some serious SHIT stuff, really serious stuff. But this is kind of led to, I'm glad we're doing this show about the subject we're about to talk about in a few minutes, because I'm seeing interlinking different things. I even have a new theory about fucking shadow people, Ryan. Oops, sorry. Yeah, so it's I don't know, maybe it's the mushroom coffee. I don't know.
Have an espresso machine face turquoise
right.
coffee.
There you go.
There we go. Yeah, but
right,
your show.
Yeah, it's
shows have been interesting.
It's going to continue. It's a continuance from last Sunday, so this is like a 3-parter, man. It's really depth. So we talked about the possibilities and the connections between all of these paranormal scientific research shows. And now we're rolling into this Sunday, which is where I'm going to be talking about what are we really dealing with? What are we really affecting? what are we really being affected by? Did you know? And I'm going to make this comment so it can grab you and bring you into the show Sunday at 7 p.m. Very good, very evil. Sorry, I had to.
All right, Howiehousing.
That's right, Howie Downson in the house. All right, so I am starting to believe that the comment of what one of the scientists has said in the past 6 months, he's correct. If we are able to bring in the entire thought of our dimension of who we are right now, if we could see past these filters we have, we would go insane because of everything we would actually be encountering. I'm
Is
not.
that like when they made those goggles to see infrared goggles to see in the dark, and it was on they used a different color, like green instead of red or something, and people were seeing things that you don't normally see
Yeah.
with your regular vision, but they were seeing stuff that were like, yeah, we can't have this.
Yeah, Sean brought that up on Sunday night. Talk about twilight and infrared, and the different styles of infrared. Exactly, but now what they're referring to now is if our filters were taken off, our mental filters were completely taken off, and we could actually see into the percentage that we don't pick up now. So we only see a percentage amount of light. We only hear a percentage amount of sound. We only feel a certain percentage of natural ambient that's around us. And that's why I'm glad we're talking about this show too, because this is going to get really interesting in just a few minutes with you guys. And we want y'all to talk. We want you to ask your questions. We'll get started on that one. But it's all those boundaries that we have right now, which I think is actually what they're talking about. A, the veil. B, the dimension. It's the same dimension where it's all together here. And I think it's also talk about seeing into 4D and 5D. Everybody wants to get scientific. Let's just put it what it is. There's more out there than what we are thinking is. And it's scary because when we were kids, we didn't care about any of this. We didn't think about any of this. We went and got our books in the library when we were in our second, third, fourth, fifth grade, got our books, read our space stuff, and read our paranormal books because they were there. And it was nothing like it is now. Reality is so much more scarier.
It is. I think, well, back then, we read these books and they were kind of like in a compartment. Like, it was just like, okay, I'm reading about the paranormal, or I'm done. I'll put it over here and then I'll go back to my regular life. It wasn't part of like everyday thinking like it is now.
Yep.
Where it's like almost if you don't believe in the paranormal, you're or at least you don't think it could be possible, then you are missing the boat and you're on the outside looking in. And we're just going we're going forward, whether you jump on the train or not, it's there.
Yeah.
I think, and the more we learn about stuff, the more we're pushing the limits. It makes you wonder, maybe the veil is there for a reason.
Now that's a good point, because that's even in the good book. It even says that there's a reason why we can't see everything in all of this. True. It is very true. But it's not just the paranormal. I mean, again, we're going back into ufology. I'm going to say this before Sunday show. We were not here first. And there's still those life forms. Yeah. That's a word I'm going to use, that have been here before us and are still here. And interacting, changing, And now some of it may be crossing over from other dimensions because of CERN. Okay, yeah, I'll go with that. Could things be happening? Yeah. I mean, we're all worried about that thing making a big ass black hole, turning us into absolutely nothing and vanishing us completely. To come about the super collider. I'm sorry. I want to make sure I clear that.
There's more stuff to worry about. We got the sun, could destroy the Earth any second. You got the super colliders. You got the demons are like just outside the veil. Probably, it's like, it's just more stuff to stress you out.
Yeah, it really is. And it makes you wonder if it's all on purpose and all for a reason. Now, I'm glad you said about the whole demons on the other side of the veil. That's going to be a deep discussion in the future, too. You guys got to turn in Sunday. You'll see what I'm talking about.
I have a question for you. What do you think would be a bigger discovery, a bigger like holy crap moment? Government saying aliens are real, or the government saying, hey, everything everything paranormal, ghosts, demons, all that stuff is real. What would be more of a holy crap?
Them acknowledging that spirits, ghosts, and other dimensional beings exist.
Yes, I think the same thing.
Yeah.
We all know aliens are there.
Yeah. Nobody cares about aliens. It's an overdone subject, and that's the whole purpose, is to burn your brain out and make you not care about the situation that's going on. Oh, go ahead, Ryan. You want to read that?
All right, I got you. You just got me thinking. We carry genetic memories in our cells, our mom's memories, and back through the generations. Isn't it just as possible our Earth, other universes, other dimensions carry universal memories of the Earth and other universes? I really believe we weren't here first, too. No, yeah.
Good. Yeah. Linda. Bravo. If Gettysburg can retain events of the Civil War and Native American conflict, if Jamestown can retain information and experiences throughout the hundreds of years, if Daw Island can exist outside of Spain and it all exists.
I think it's like Mexico. I think there's Mexico.
Oh no, there's another
one. Okay.
Yeah, there's another one. But I know which one you're talking about, where the man and his daughter.
Sorry.
Yeah, no, you're fine. You're fine. If we can replay and represent that, then we should. You're right. I agree with her. I agree. I completely agree. A recycling of memory. Maybe because scientists say that there's an infinity to time now, that it's a continuous loop. Well, everything that goes around comes around. Oh, interesting.
I found an interesting video. It's actually from Glenn Beck.
Oh, love missing Glenn Beck.
Yeah.
Let's do this.
All right, let me. It's a long video. We'll just kind of watch some of it and see.
I can't believe you found anything from Glenn Beck in video. That's awesome.
I know, especially about this stuff. Yeah.
Let's
see here. You can share.
Yeah. While you're looking for that, the conversations that my dad and Glenn would have, and I could hear, were I was just like, wow, this is so cool. So you guys check this man out. I love Glenn.
He knows his stuff for sure.
Yeah.
Who I asked to come back. He was with us. Was it the beginning of the week, Billy, or was it last week that you were on? And we were
last Friday.
We were talking about. It was last Friday. We were talking about your show, investigating the supernatural miracles, and we didn't get a chance to get to aliens, and this whole thing about extraterrestrial. And the insiders, when you were on, they all wanted me to ask you about this, and we just ran out of time. So I wanted to have you back because there is this debate. Not only are aliens real, but there's this other debate that I'm not really engaged on, and I'd love to have you explain it. That these are not, that if you're from another planet, this way I understand it, I could be wrong, If you're from another planet, you're not part of God's plan. You're a demon. Is that what people are saying, or do I have that screwed up? Because that sounds nuts to me.
So here's what people are saying. What they're saying is you sort of pull back and you say, okay, people are experiencing something, right? And I think that's the key here.
Yes.
People are seeing something. This isn't people making it up. There are claims of encounters. There are claims of seeing UFOs. And when I talk about encounters, there are people who claim that they've actually interacted with these aliens. They've been abducted. And it sounds crazy, but this is something that is very prevalent. Now, that causes us to say, okay, are they all crazy or did they see something? I think that the conclusion, even among a lot of scientists now, is that, hey, people are seeing something, but where the debate is what are they actually seeing? Are they seeing beings from another planet?
Mm-hmm. Or are they
beings from another
seeing
planet or
something
not?
spiritual? Yes.
Right.
And that makes sense to me. That makes sense to me. To say that, that life, that we're alone in the planet, and if anything else comes off of any other planet is not part of God's plan or it's evil, does not make sense. So if people are saying that, I would disagree with. But if you're talking about people seeing and interacting right now with aliens, that the possibility is that is a dark spiritual force, I absolutely believe that could be true.
Well, and that's what's so interesting about this. Well, that's what's so interesting about this, because when you read Ephesians 6 in the Bible, when you look at these different verses, it doesn't just say there's Satan and demons. It talks about principalities and powers, and there's some mystery here in what is going on. But one of the key theories among a lot of Christians is that people are seeing things in the skies. They're interacting with these things. They believe there's sort of a deception theory here, right? And we cover this in Investigating the Supernatural, Angels and Demons. You can see that over at cbn.com/supernatural. But, we cover it because the idea is that there's a deception and that the demons want you to believe they're aliens, but they're actually demonic, and they're presenting themselves, and I know this sounds crazy, but they're presenting themselves as aliens. Now, when you do look at Scripture, you see that angels, and we can get into the whole...
I mean, okay, what he just said, bingo. He hit it right on the head. Because what if, I'm going to talk a little bit, this is a little bit on Sunday, what if what we perceiving as spirit is not spirit at all? Something else.
It goes to what we're about to talk about. Our experience, like when I saw what I saw, I just assumed it was a spirit. But then I think about it, what ghost would transform itself to look like you,
mm-hmm.
and the fact that it actually hit the counter, I think it was something else.
Let's talk about it. Drop this video.
Let's
talk about that now. Let's go ahead and jump into this story. I'm with you on that. It's a great point. That video was amazing, Ryan. Thank you for bringing that up. And what a great theory. So definitely do your research, you guys. Gang, do it.
There's a lot more to the video. And just it was 11-minute video. I want to spend the whole show watching the video, but just give you guys an idea of where we're going with this. When we first started investigating, ASPS, we were invited to investigate a antique shop off of Broad Street in Richmond, Virginia. This guy had a bunch of stuff happen. I think one of his display cases got smashed. Something fell and smashed one of the display cases, but it was like something that shouldn't have fallen, I guess. Fell on top of a display case. And the name of the business is called Oddballs Antiques in Richmond, Virginia. Great place if you want to find some cool stuff. But we were called in to do an investigation. Now, this is wasn't my first investigation. We had did we do Oddballs before Bell Nemus or after? I think it was after.
After. Yeah. You all were seasoned investigators by the time we hit balls.
Yeah. Still relatively in the beginning of my paranormal life, I guess. So we started out, it was we did a walkthrough of the place, and actually got a really good EVP during the walkthrough. I was walking through, and it was me and the owner's sister and her boyfriend were walking around, and I got a voice of it sounds like a black man saying, "Why are you here?" Like just like that, and definitely wasn't me saying it, but it's clear it's a Class A EVP. So I'm like, holy crap, this is gonna be a good night. So it was a small shop, and so we had one team stay outside and another team investigate while they waited. So I think you were outside. Did you stay outside? For some reason we ended up staying inside, but we were by the cash register when you guys were investigating.
Yeah, y'all were near the register in the center, and
I think you may have stayed outside because you guys were smoking and you stayed outside.
Yeah.
All right. So we did our investigation, and while they stood outside and just kind of hung out in the parking lot, we were there for like an hour. I don't think we got anything substantial. But then when your team came in, which I guess was you, Jimmy, and maybe John.
It's a good question. I'm trying to remember.
Doesn't really? I guess it doesn't really matter who was in it. He was in the group.
Me, Jimmy, and Kristen.
Okay. So you guys we investigated more towards like when you walk in the store, like the first part of the store, and then you guys investigated the other side of the store.
Correct.
So we when we were done, we sat you walk in the door, it's a glass storefront, you walk in, a bunch of stuff, and it's middle of a shopping center, so there's ambient light and stuff, and you walk towards at the end, at the back of the store, back of the room, there is a glass case with I think it had a turtle in, like an aquarium in it.
Yeah.
And so there was the cash register right there as well. So we sat, it was me, the owner and his wife, I think, and maybe his sister. So I think they left. So, and we were just kind of sitting back in the behind the counter, just kind of we're talking, but not talking too loud, And so I'm sitting here.
We can hear you, so yeah.
Oh yeah. I'm sitting here. I'm looking at I'm sitting down. My back is to the wall, and I'm looking towards the counter. So I'm looking towards the outside. All right. And the guy's wife, the owner's wife, is right beside me, and we're talking, and I look up and I see a figure standing in front of the counter, but it was dark. So, but you could see the outline of a person, but you can't see the face. It's all black. And the person slams, and it had a bald head. So, and the person slams their hand on the counter and just walks away. And we look at the guy's wife, and we kind of like, oh shit, and like, let's just be quiet, and because we thought it was you telling us to be quiet. Now you didn't come in and say be quiet. You didn't say, hey guys, you need to quiet down a little bit. You were just like, or I thought was just like, boom, be quiet. And I was like, I never seen you that pissed before, and I'm like, well, I didn't know we were being that loud. And so when the investigation ended, I was like, hey man, I'm sorry if we were being too loud over here. I didn't mean for you to piss you off. And you're like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Literally.
Yeah. Like you came over, you slammed your hand on the I'm actually surprised you didn't hear the noise.
The other thing that catches me off guard, that too.
It was so like you could always tell that it was like I can see it right now in my head. And it's exactly, bam. It's like So I don't know. It just felt different. Like I was sure it was you. But not you at the same time, because I like I said, when like every time we go on investigations, if people are, goofing off, you don't like go from 0 to 100, like
Yeah.
you know.
Mm-hmm. No, it's true. I know. I guess back then, especially more then than now, I was more like Jethro Gibbs. I'm just kidding. I was definitely more like Gibbs back in the day. Even Britt would say, "Yep, he's doing a Gibbs thing."
Yeah,
Very, very in control, very calm, very. This is the way it is.
we were at a location. It was a public location. It was a public investigation, but it was a public location, and I know that you would not want to slam your hand on the counter in front of the owner's wife. That's yeah.
Now, wait, let's bring something into focus real quick, because something that we keep leaving out of this particular incident, if you will, was the whole one of the main reasons we're there was because of a picture that the owner had purchased that they were sitting beneath. So we just make sure that's put in there, because that may be significant, because after the fact, after I spoke with John after the occurrence and he got rid of said picture, he said he wasn't having those problems anymore.
What was the guy's name again?
I don't remember.
Me neither.
I don't remember. It must not be that significant. I can remember the picture, but for some reason, I remember Pleasant Finch's picture more than I remember this particular picture.
I mean, the name like Pleasant Finch, it's hard to forget.
True.
I mean, I have the picture in my head. I can picture it. We had hang up at the cabin for a little bit.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. Didn't really change anything. Didn't really increase the activity or whatever. But and then they had a ceremony where they like burned the picture or something in the backyard or whatever. But because John wanted to cleanse himself from the picture. But I don't think it was him, because it was bald and pretty much looked like you.
Yeah.
I mean, the guy in the picture had hair.
Yeah.
But
I just had to add that element so people understood why we were even there.
Yeah.
It wasn't that it was just haunted or had activity. There was a specific reason, because when this item came into the stores, when everything started taking place. Let's say that like that. That's better.
Yeah. I mean, and so I don't know. I looked up the doppelganger. The meaning. It says a doppelganger is a biologically unrelated lookalike or ghostly double goer from German folklore. Finding a pseudo doppelganger with similar features is possible due to a shared DNA or random genetics combination. But these are just like finding people that look like you.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure a random person that looked like you didn't sneak into the store and slam his fists and leave.
Yeah, I'm going to go with you on that one.
I think I would have noticed the door opening up. Thank you. But yeah, I mean, what are your? I don't know. And then you had a kind of experience with me at another location.
Yep. On the reverse side, the first time when I am not the only one who saw it at the same time, we were doing an investigation at a plantation home. And hey, Henry, good to see you. We were doing a investigation at a historic plantation home in Powhatan, Virginia. And this was the second visit, I want to say, I do believe, but this time the whole team was there, the active team.
I think that was the first visit, because the second visit it was just me, you, Jimmy, and Kristen and Tommy. That was the one we did in October.
That's the preliminary. Okay.
Yeah. So the first visit we had, because that was Shannon and Danielle and all of them were there.
Yes. Okay. It was midpoint from probably 9 or 10 o'clock p.m. The way this had, it was a huge living room, or dining room rather, dining room, that had picture walls going down, or pictured windows going down and then off to the right. It's beautiful. Behind the table was a fireplace, and above that fireplace was a picture painting of a man named Pleasant Finch, who was that the original creator of the plantation?
I think so.
Okay. So that was really cool. Now, on the other side, when they expanded it, I got to check that out, Henry. On the other side was a modern kitchen. They had turned the expansion of the home very well detailed, keeping somewhat up in with the details of the time. But the kitchen was very detailed and modern. It was beautiful. The hallway that led from the back door goes right past the kitchen and goes into another room, which was a smaller bedroom. And then, of course, your hallway. So it was a U shape. So the door would be here, kitchen would be here. You'd come around. If you come in this way, this is the dining room. But if you went that way, that led into a smaller bedroom. If you went around towards this way, the side door was there. But if you came around 3 feet this way and went up, that led into the foyer. Really amazing place. Really amazing place. So what happened was myself and our present at the time, I don't know how you want to call her.
That's the dining room.
Dude, okay. Wow.
Yeah.
Hey, good shit. I was like, what the hell's going on with the show, dude? Oh, no. So, yeah, this is it. And you can see back in the corner, and I can't. I'm going for my mouse to show. I'm like, y'all can't see that. If you look to the right, we actually would take a dry erase board, which is something I'm going to reinstall once this team gets back in, once we get in position, and we'll help you guys. We would take a dry erase board and actually create the homestead or the plantation or the structure, so it wouldn't be constant going back and forth and running through paper. Hey, good morning, Sean. Good morning.
Good
Sean,
morning.
Hill City Paranormal. The dry erase board, we use electrical tape, and we made the levels of each house, so I knew where teams were, or that young lady that you see right in front of you would know where the teams were, and she can control the environment this way. That is a location in Powhatan, Virginia, Sean. Beautiful. This is the location that I tell you about our first experiences, and the place that basically trained Ryan and I and the team. So, very beautiful place. More? Oh, there he is.
Yeah.
That's Pleasant Finch. So amazing. Oh, look, he even got a digital recorder. That had to have been stagnant. So this is the picture, and that's the fireplace. So, hey, Ryan, can you go back to the first picture real quick?
Yeah, hang on.
All right, these are the picture windows I was explaining to you guys about. Huge, beautiful 4-foot windows, maybe even 5 foot. Wow, look at that. Right behind that board is where I had my first major experience with a particular spirit that just totally mind-blowing me. Okay, anyway, These are those windows I was talking about. Now you can see, Ryan, is that an orb? Shut up, Howie. Shut up. It is not. That is a reflection off the damn candles. I got it. So if you go,
I hear by the window.
Yeah. If you go out that door and to the right, that would lead out to the porch. If you go straight and went to the foyer and you went to the left, it went to the hallway, which led to the kitchen and the smaller bedroom. All right. Well, in this, everybody was coming back from break. I was coming through that very door, coming through there and standing there where everybody was coming in. There's another door opposite. So that picture of Pleasant Finch, you'll see another door right there, which led into the back part near the back door. So the kitchen would be in front. Kitchen actually is right behind Pleasant Finch's picture. And let's just use the word medium. I'm just going to use medium because I cannot define Danielle. This woman was undefinable. So she was standing right there. I was standing here. Everybody else was in. We were waiting for you and somebody else. I don't know. Maybe it was Amber. I don't remember. But we both remember seeing you walk in that back door, walk past the kitchen. You looked at her, and then I shouldn't say you. It looked at me and kept on walking. It wasn't even, not even a minute later, Ryan came to that front door where I was, literally. And I was like, did you just go? Because no, Ryan told me he came from a completely different location, completely. And it looked exactly like Ryan, with the exception of the eyes. They were not coal black, but they were dead, if that's the word I want to use. Sorry, YouTube. But there was nothing there except for a blank stare. That's the best way I could put it. Blank stare. Yeah. And it just flowed, but you could feel there was something wrong. That's the other thing. We thought something was wrong with you. Then we saw you come through there. She bolted through one way and I went right through the kitchen. We caught up, ran back around went back through that door where the dining room is to see if I could catch it that way. And she went straight and we met up back at the back bedroom again, and nothing. That was intriguing. So intriguing. So 12 votes in Georgia is awesome. I got to check that out too here. I really do. So that was we had a lot of unexplainable events and situations that took place there. Yeah. So that door to the left, you can see that there.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that door.
The other side, isn't that where the mirror was? Was that's more in through the foyer area?
No. So yeah, the foyer area. So straight to the door and take a left. There is a 4-foot by 7-foot mirror that's mounted into the wall. And we did test for EMF. We found that maybe the mercury was amplifying the electrical cords in the refrigerator that were directly behind it. So I can't say there was anything or a portal. But I tell you what, the way things happened and took place, the many times we were there, all the way up to the last time, something. That place is very unique and had a personality all of its own.
So, you saw me, but you actually saw me, and I'm sure if the lighting was good enough, I would have seen your features when I saw.
I'm starting to think so. I really am. Remember, I asked you a question about 2 weeks ago because I've been doing research, of course, on Appalachian folklore and myth. And remember, I said something. Didn't we catch a whistle? Or didn't a whistle reply back? Or did we reply back to the whistle?
Yeah, well, I listened back to the EVP, and we had different like motion sensors set up throughout the house.
Yeah.
And when it go off, it'd make it sound like,
oh yeah, the doorbell. That's right.
yeah. And then but you'd hear, and then we heard like a mimic of it.
Right.
But since it wasn't video, it was all audio. I'm not sure if it was one of us mimicking it and then the spirit mimicked us, or if it was the spirit mimicking the whistle. And I think it was just me mimicking the spirit and mimicking the because I just kept hearing it over and over and over again.
Yeah.
So whenever somebody would walk by it, so it got to the point where I was like, I just mimicked it because I was just tired of it, I thought it was funny. And then, but then it was we got another one mimicking me, mimicking the alarm going off.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, and that's when I was like, is there something to that? Is this all connected some way? Because in Appalachian myth, the whistle is not a good sign. They tell you never go to the whistle, never reply to the whistle. And this is going to be talked more about Sunday. But I'm like, was that the trigger? Was that when it started? Because we didn't have any activity until that whistle, and then it just seemed like it flowed. Just seemed like it flowed. Because that's the same night you with me? Okay, all right.
Yeah.
That's the same night you and I. If I'm not, correct me if I'm wrong, but I do believe that is the same night you and I were down in the basement in the indigent servant's kitchen or room. Was their room. I do apologize. Was their room. And we were getting amazing EVPs with them directly communicating to us.
Yeah, that was we went down there. Remember that red light.
The red light.
Yeah.
And then we had full communication with what we thought were children, what we thought was a older woman, and what we thought was a definitely older man. But they were, God, they were, how do I explain this? They were cheerful. They were happy. They did not want us to leave at first. And then they say that they would be more than happy to have us come back.
Yeah. And the place felt good. I mean, it was a very, very welcoming location. It felt like home. Didn't feel like something that you would see something bad in.
Malicious malevolent.
Yeah. So it's like what did we see? Did we see an astral projection? Do we see like a more of an interdimensional being? And why did we see it? What was the purpose of what we saw?
That's interesting. You say that. I did pull a little something up. And allow me if you will. Experiencing someone else's doppelganger, a non-biological related identical look-like, is often described as a disorienting, uncanny, or eerie event. These occurrences often involve mistaken identity, where a stranger is confused for a friend or family member, or rare, striking encounters with someone sharing identical features, clothing, and build. Common experiences and interpretation. Mistaken identity. Frequently, people report seeing someone they believe to be a loved one in public places, only to realize that the person is a complete stranger. 2, a surreal mirror effect. Witnesses often describe the encounter as looking at a mirrored image, sometimes noting that while the face is identical, the expressions or look in the eyes is unnervingly different. Hey, what did I just say about that one? That was supernatural or omen lore. Here we go. Traditionally, witnessing a doppelganger has been viewed as a bad omen associated with impending misfortune, illness, or death, particularly if the person viewed is distressed or tired. Oh. Psychological perception. Psychologists interpret this as a autoskeptic phenomenon, which is a form of hallucination where a person feels a sense of presence of person in presence. The last one I'm going to read up here before it says content of angels. I'm not going to do that one. Scientific explanation. Due to the large global population, it is mathematically probable for individuals to have close non-related lookalikes. Some studies suggest that the chances of finding someone who shares all 8 facial features is roughly 1 in a trillion, making it rare and but possible.
So you say there's a chance.
There is a chance. For that chance of what we encountered, how we encountered
it, makes me wonder, like, if you how you're feeling tonight. I saw you, like, maybe if there was something like, but if you didn't hear us, why would you be mad? But I'm like, maybe your anger sent a part of you out to the section we are in.
Projection.
Yeah.
I would say, yeah, that would be great if I had a problem.
Yeah.
But I had no problem. Me and Britt were actually on the other side of the wall. We got near that one section that smelled like sewage. We were smelling the sewage at that time.
I wonder if that has anything to do with, was that something that happened all the time there, or was it just that one night that?
My understanding from John that many people have smelt that smell, but there was no reason for it. Even John went and looked through it. The building owner had people come through. There was no way that there could have been any of that smell, but it was there. It was there. I do recall it quite clearly because I remember Britt saying, being Britt. Won't say what she said, but yeah.
I'm convinced what we saw wasn't spirit, though. I think it's something physical. Like, maybe I don't know. Like, because it just disappeared.
Okay, so speaking about that, what are the possibilities? Now we're just going to throw some of this out before we end the show. But what are the possibilities that maybe it was a skinwalker? Maybe these are skinwalkers. We don't know anything about what's out here in the paranormal. We've given it a name to help us understand it. Werewolves, we've given that a name, skinwalker or a dog man or whatever. Bigfoot, we've labeled them, but you got to go with what the definition is of that particular entity. And the way I perceived it and what you perceived, again, it would be perceived as a skinwalker.
I think when people, they think of skinwalkers, they think of, okay, like out in the desert or in the woods. And they just since they don't look at them as something that would be in a city, maybe they kind of throw that out as a possibility. Like, oh, that's in the Southwest or the desert Arizona area of the country, but they're all over the place.
Yeah, hold on one second. I'm going to do something real quick. I'm glad you're saying that, Flash. And name. There is a name for this particular entity here in Virginia.
What's up, Robert?
I disappeared, didn't I?
Oh, you're here. You're back. You're back. It's the restream telling us, all right, you're over your time limit. You guys gotta go.
What? Between that and every time we talk about a certain subject, that something weird happens.
Yeah.
So, hey, Rob, my brother's in the house. So it is weird. It is weird. Hi, baby. We're getting ready to go out. What I was going to say is maybe this is why I didn't want me to say it either. There is a particular name for a skinwalker here in Appalachia. Yeah, mine just came to me too. That's weird.
Yeah.
Can we go out now? Yeah.
Wait for her. She's ready.
Yeah. So, maybe there is something to that. Did we encounter something maybe? Did we do something or come across something we shouldn't have encountered? Maybe. Too many maybes. That's
the fun part, man. Just the mystery of it. And the fact that we both experienced together. Like if I'd experienced just you, be one thing, but the fact you saw me, and didn't you see Shannon too at Belle Nemes or something that you were like,
no, that's her. Okay. Yeah, Shannon and I were together. Shannon was pointed looking at the wall where the fireplace in Pleasant Fitch is, looking that direction, 2 monitors. I was on the opposite side looking out the windows at another set of cameras. While I was sitting there, I looked to my left, and that last window, I saw a woman with wet, straggly hair, best way I could put it, or maybe wake up hair, and a white gown. And I'm not talking about evening, nightgown. It was and she was looking at me. Her face was pale. It was white. And she was looking over. She saw me see her, and boom, she took off. And I'm not talking about dissipate. She literally moved back like she was going to take off for a run, right?
Yeah.
That's when me and Tommy and Danielle, all of us went running around the house. Nobody there. Nobody. Again, here's the thing. Oh, God. I wish we could talk so much more about this. Almost every event that someone talks about at a location, we had it there. Every damn thing. Time, missing time. We had entities, shadow people, you name it, EVP, it was like the holy grail of research. Sad nobody can get into it now.
Yeah.
But that's the fact. And Sean, it's just like I was telling you, that one spot, that was your holy grail. There's a reason behind it. So, and it's exciting, but you also know you might have learned some lessons what not to do.
There's a reason why we keep going back to it, like as far as talking, about the place, because we've been to other locations since then, but it was our first investigation together as a team. Yeah. And together, me and you and stuff.
It's a solid team. Yeah.
So it does hold some sentimental value to it, but we wouldn't talk about the evidence so much if we didn't have so much of it and so many just great experiences there, and just stuff like we were talking about, like you seeing the doppelganger the door opening, or that light in the basement. It was just
the door opening. I forgot all about that shit.
I mean,
wow,
it's just such a great location. And
the door slamming upstairs while we were outside on break. The
people were talking about Jim as he walked by, the conversation they were having.
Yep. The visual sight of the apparition with me and 2 others looking up.
I have an idea.
Yeah.
Let's next once we're about doing research, let's just do just talk about Belle Nemes on the next what's going down. Bring our best evidence from Belle Nemes.
Oh God, I don't know if I have any of that stuff left. I've gone through 2 computers, but yeah, definitely, I've got everything memorized. I'd say.
I've got videos. I'll watch some of the behind the scenes stuff
I
of
got
us
the
getting
packet.
set up.
I got the case packet.
Okay.
So yeah, I'll bring you out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll just do a complete. We'll just make it a Belnemus because there's a lot of stuff more we could dive down into.
We have to say this. We've said the name. Now it's in Powhatan.
Yeah.
It is a privately owned location. You're not allowed to be on.
Yeah, don't even contact. Yeah.
No contact whatsoever.
Yeah, it is a private property now. But
the cool thing is Ryan and I were able to talk to the pre-owners too.
Mm-hmm. We had a good interview with them. I think I still have the notes from that too, as well.
Didn't you talk to a particular author that turned into a friend of ours?
Yeah. I talked to L.B. Taylor.
Yeah. About anybody that knows anything about Virginia, you got to check out his. Yep.
Oh, I just lost connection. But L.B. Taylor's ghost is trying to get through here.
That's enough.
Yeah. But so is that cool? Planning on doing that?
I'm down with that. I'm cool with it. I don't, I think it might be a great idea maybe if we go into it, we can let things go on some things.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a good question. Let's do it.
All right, man. Cool. Well, thank you everyone for tuning in today and joining the conversation. Howie, any closing thoughts?
Actually, there's a lot of activity that's going on right now. That there's a lot of ufology being spoken. You're going to see more things come out. You may want to turn in Sunday night for a reason, because it has to do with everything that the Bunny Ranch, the Skinwalker Ranch, Expedition X have all been encountering, along with mountain monsters. I'm going to say it like this. What you think is an alien is not aliens. I'll leave it at that.
And you can find all the shows either in the archives on YouTube and Facebook, or I was slacking off on the Spotify uploads because it's had a bunch of stuff going on. But we're back in business now.
Yeah, so now the network's about to go through a restructure too, you guys. So you know how we like to update to keep everything in. We got some new stuff that's going to be coming out and some new directions. So just know that too. You're absolutely right.
All right, Lisa Kirk joined us.
Well, hey, Miss Lisa, how are you?
Thank you for joining us. You can listen to the interesting conversation we had on all the podcast platforms once I'm able to upload the show. And don't forget to join us next month as we go deep dive into Powhatan Plantation.
Yep.
And our experiences on our first investigation. I think that might be fun to do. As go dives into locations that we've been to, like deep dive into Henricus Park, or deep dive into our experiences.
Especially if there's no news out there that
we
don't have news. We'll make news for you.
Yeah. They talk about the Exchange Hotel, places like that, and it'll be fun.
Sounds good to me, brother, man.
All right, man. I'll see you in about a month, and I'll talk to you before then, obviously.
Well, you know what? It's only going to be not even a month, man. We're talking on probably another 2-3 weeks.
Okay. And we already have the stuff. Yeah, we got the stuff, so, all right. Well, thank you so much, guys, for tuning in, and we will see you. Well, you'll see Howie on Sunday. You'll see me on Tuesday. Have a good one. Bye.